Something's in my ass. Yeah.
What'd you guys think of that clip? I've been holding on that one for a while, and I've actually been sitting on this video for a long time. Um, it's me, Krafty. Obviously, welcome into my channel. Probably the first time you've ever watched. I want to start this channel being a comic book channel where I review comic books, go over what's going on every week. Comic books. I'm not going to review every comic in a week. I would be ridiculous. Plus, I can't afford that. Like, there's no way in heck I can afford that. So I'm going to read here and there comics until I can kind of, be caught up to date on everything. I did take a break after, like, midway through Rebirth. So I'm not fully caught up in what's going on with Marvel and DC at the moment. I'm very not in the loop in what's happening in IDW. So I just want to go over what happened last week, where I'm at, what I'm reading, what I'm up to, and hopefully you guys can kind of enjoy learning about comics, what to read, what not to read, because I'm gonna spend my time doing it. Probably a lot of you are comic book enjoyers, are enjoying what's going on. If you are or aren't, I'm glad you're here with me to watch. I don't know what I want. I don't know if I want like a setup. I don't know if I don't want a setup. We're still figuring it out. But if you stick with me, guys, I think it'll be a lot more enjoyable. I hope it turns into something a little bit more better than this, because obviously this is very off the top. But I have been wanting to talk about the current state of comics and the comics I'm reading at this point. So, like, for this week, the stuff that came out, I read Supergirl. I actually went there that day. I think it was the 14th. I went to the comic store on the 14th to pick up Supergirl. I was very excited for Supergirl. Very, very excited. I don't know why. I think the DC run of women comics have actually been very, very good as of recently. Like, very enjoyable. Really good storylines. And, like, I kind of like the characters that they're building for all of the women of DC. Even, like, Absolute Wonder Woman is just absolutely amazing. See what I did there? But yeah, as of now, I've read Supergirl that came out this week. I'm caught up to date on Green Lantern Corps. Oh, so good. Let me tell you. Let me break this down for you real quick. There's gonna be a video coming out pretty soon about how much throughout time I've disliked the Green Lantern Corps, and I'll give you a little sneak peek. I've been reading. Well, I got a lot of stuff in here, but I got Ultimatum and stuff. That's another video for another time. I'll just grab a couple of them. We don't need to see them. But I've been reading the Jeff Johns run of New 52 Green Lantern. And let me say, this stuff is peak. Like, I get it. We all don't like New 52. It's the thing. New 52 doesn't do anything good. But I guess I'll give you a little hint. I love this. This is, like, one of the best runs I've read for, like, any comic. I am, like, not that deep into it, so, like, maybe it gets worse after, like, the Black Hand stuff. But as of now, man, this is so good. It's so good. But piggybacking off that, I very much love the Green Lantern Corps. Oh, this comic is so good. I love all of the little interactions with all the characters. Like, I'm not a huge fan of, like, the newer Green Lanterns, but man, they're so interesting in this arc. Well, this comic series arc, whatever we're gonna have for a while. I think it's so good. I think it's so fun, so refreshing. I love the stuff with Sorrow. I love that all the rings kind of don't know where they're at, and so we're kind of getting away from just dealing with only rings or lanterns. As a matter of fact, I think that's some of the best stuff you could do is just get these characters away from just being fully lantern invested. I do like when it is lantern invested. Trust me, I do. I think Sinestro is probably the best villain. Maybe in DC, maybe that's a good argument, but I think Sinestro is one of, if not the best villain in DC. He definitely clears a lot of villains in total. I think he's just so interesting. I love that he's back on the Green Lantern Corps. I love the dynamic duo of him and John Stewart at this moment. Oh, it's so good. But yeah, no, I've been really enjoying it. I like the that each issue kind of focuses on somebody else, and then you kind of get to see how all of these different not timeline, but like different storylines kind of converge into one path. I think it's so fun, so interesting. I think my favorite issue is either, I believe, either the second issue or the newest issue that came out last week. I think the newest issue from last week was so good, and it didn't even have Jon Stewart or Sinestro in it, and had my least favorite, Guy Gardner. I hate Guy Gardner, and it was just so fun. I think it was so interesting, so many opportunities to do things that were really interesting, and I kind of like what they're doing, what the stories that they're setting up here. I think it's very interesting, very fun, very refreshing, especially for a Green Lantern story. I don't know if that's a hot take. I never enjoyed reading Green Lantern. Like, I was never the biggest fan of Green Lantern. Never really. I didn't like Superman. I didn't like Green Lantern. They were like my two least favorite characters in DC. But man, I don't know what I missed out in the New 52, and I don't know why I was such a hater. This stuff is so good. It's incredible. I think it's probably one of my favorite DC runs right now. I would say probably. I mean, Supergirl doesn't have enough legs yet because it's the first issue, so I can't really compare it too much. But like comparing to some of the others I've read, I think it's better than Batman and Robin. But I'm not that deep into Batman and Robin, so I can't really say. I just started Aquaman today, but I haven't caught up on it. I know it came out last week, and I wanted to be able to catch up on Aquaman by the time this video came out, but sadly I'm not caught up. Some of the other stuff that came out last week, I'm not reading everything, you know that, and like if there's something I'm not interested in, I'm obviously not gonna read it. I am not caught up in Action Comics. Give me some time on the Action Comics, please. It is good. It is really, really good. I am enjoying it so much, but please, viewers, I'm gonna need some time to catch up to talk about new stuff on Action Comics. It is very good. It is very, very good. And like, if you have not, start reading Action Comics because this is going crazy. But I'm not caught up, so maybe it got bad. I don't know, but from what I've been reading in Action Comics, I doubt it. Man, it's some good stuff. I really like the dynamic of what Action Comics kind of brought forth. I'll just say this: I'm kind of still in the Doomsday fight in Action Comics, so I'm not like at the start of the Doomsday fight, but I'm like my hair's like a mess. First off, but I'm like probably close to the end of the Doomsday fight when he shows up against Super Lex, and so well, Super Lex and Superman going back and forth like, oh, you shouldn't be Superman, it's disrespectful, blah blah blah. But then like Doomsday shows up out of all of that, and then they start fighting, and then Lex gets ripped out of his suit. But man, it's good stuff. I'm genuinely enjoying it. I can't wait to get to the new stuff. It's so good. I know there's some other Superman stuff going on. Not in that right now. Haven't read any of that yet. I will get to it. Also, fair warning, I haven't read any of the Ultimates. None of the Ultimates yet. I want to. I am behind in Uncanny and regular X-Men. I think is it Exceptional? I don't know. I think it's Exceptional. X-Men. I'm behind on that. I'm behind on Ultimate Black Panther. I was gonna read Gwenpool today, but like I can't bring myself to read another Deadpool comic. And like, I'm sorry to be the person, but I don't want more Gwen stuff. I don't want more Gwen Venom. I don't want more Gwenpool. I don't want more Gwen or Ghost Spider. I mean, Ghost Spider's whatever. I'm not even like that mad about it, and it's got a huge following. So like, who cares? But I am not into this like Gwenpool stuff. Like Gwenpool can work. That's fine. I'm not that upset about it. But like, I'm just not interested in reading it. I read Wolverine instead. Let me say, Wolverine is. I expect to be 1,000 times better. Wolverine was so good. I love the stuff with the Wendigo. I keep wanting to say Wendigoon because I watch Wendigoon. I'm not trying to like shout out or anything, but like every time I try to say Wendigo, it like his name pops into my head, so that's why kind of like a thing. But I really like the stuff with the Wendigo. I really really liked the kind of idea of the adamantine. I just don't think the execution in that storyline was kind of working for me very well. Obviously, it's not wrapped up, but like it wasn't really working for me. Kind of felt a little forced into a narrative that was more about isolation and things of that nature, which could be kind of wrapped up with the adamantine later. But I really like the idea of isolation and finding yourself and finding the inner peace within Wolverine, which is like one of his big things. And he helped Leonard, right? Is that how you say his name? Leonard? Become back Become Human. Detroit Become Human. Maybe I'll pop up like Detroit Become Human right there. Who knows? If I did it, I already did it. It's kind of weird. Every time I try to read it, I kept reading Leonardo. Because first I got a turtle named Leonardo. And second, I'm a huge Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan. I know you guys can't see it. Right back there, I got a Leon. I don't know if you guys can see. I actually don't know. Because, like, it's so small for me. But I got a Leonardo statue right back there. I also have this really cool. I have the, like, comic stand. Like, the podium display for comics. I have the DC one from Rebirth. I don't want to put in my room for a backdrop, but I'm not sure. I guess we'll find out. Because, like, so, like, I'll let you in on a little secret. I'll let you on what I want to do. So I got some comics that are graded that I want to, like, wall mount. I want to put them on the wall so that, you know, I got like Marvel, DC, and it goes across the entire wall. Take down the tapestry. And LeBron James. So yeah, Wolverine. Wolverine's good. I need to keep up on Wolverine. That's good. I think it's gonna be good for a while. I think it's gonna be good for a long time. I think from what I've read, Exceptional X-Men, I think it's gonna be really good. I think it's gonna be good for a long time. I'm reading a lot of those like offshoot mutant comics too. So like I'm caught up on Psylocke. Psylocke has been amazing. I haven't read Magic yet. I want to read Magic. What other ones are going on right now? I don't, off the top of my head, I don't know. I haven't read Doom. Doom Academy or Doom whatever it's called. It has cool covers, but I haven't read it yet. I'm not really that interested in Doom. I know a lot of people like get a hard on for him, but I'm not that interested in Doom. But it does look like an interesting comic, so maybe I'll check it out. Maybe if you guys want to, I could do a deep dive into it. Well, not like a deep dive, but like a review of what I think so far of Doom. Obviously, as these videos come out, every Tuesday I'm going to be going over what happened last week. I won't be doing something like this. It'll be more like everything that came out last week, just those issues. This one is just so that you guys know where I'm at, what I'm reading, things of that nature. Yeah, so I've been reading Wolverine. Great. I think I can move on to something else. Oh, I've been reading JSA. I've been loving JSA. Oh my god, so good. One of my favorite comics to read right now. Super good. Zatanna. Caught up on Zatanna. My girlfriend's been reading Zatanna too. She loved it. And then at some of the absolutes, the only one I am not really interested in reading, which I'll have probably like I don't know if I should put it out or read it first and then put out why I didn't want to read Absolute. Because it's not like what you think. I'm not like, well, not Absolute Batman. Because I'm not like what you think. I'm not some I'm not like some loser that's like, oh, it's different from other comics I've read, so it's bad, or things like that. Like, I don't care about that. It's one really weird thing I don't like about Absolute Batman. And Batman and Robin did it too, so it's like, I can't even be like that upset. Like, yeah. Okay, I'll fill you guys in. I don't like that he's not rich. I don't know. Batman in my mind has to be rich, no matter what. Owlman, Batman, Earth 2 Batman. Every Batman has to be rich in my head. I think every Batman has to be rich. If there's one constant in the multiverse is that Bruce Wayne's got bread. And like, yeah, it was made by Darkseid, so like, why would Darkseid let Batman be rich? But like, it's Batman. Batman, he beats people up and has no powers. Also, he cuts people's hands off, which is just like crazy. This man is closer to Ben Affleck's Batman than any of the other Batman. It's kind of crazy, but I mean, it's not terrible. I think it's cool. I think his design's really cool. I think the art is absurd. It's so good. I like some of the concepts that they've done for this Batman. I think it's really cool in that regard. But like, I'm not that interested because I like Batman as Batman so much that I'm like, I could do without it. I don't need another Batman story about a Bruce Wayne that isn't my Bruce Wayne. I don't need it. If you guys want me to read it, I'll read it. If it's as good as everybody says it is, I will give it a read. But it's not what I want. It's not what I'm looking for. but I could be persuaded into reading Absolute Batman with a like and a follow. Or is this subscribe? Like and subscribe. And if we get to 50 likes, yeah, I'm gonna set the bar real low. If we get to 50 likes, I will do. Should I do Friday? Because I could read 8 issues in Friday. But like that means I have to start reading it, and then like hopefully you guys get to 50. Okay, all right. I'll set it for Saturday. If you guys can get to 50 likes by Saturday, and like if you guys are close, I'll read it like, you know, but 50 likes. I'll read it if you get to like the 35-40 range. However, I won't make the video if it's not 50. So, if we get to 50 likes on this video, I will review Absolute Batman. I've already read Absolute Super. I'm not up to date on Absolute Superman, but I have been reading Absolute Superman, Absolute Martian Manhunter, and Absolute Wonder Woman. Haven't read Flash or Green Lantern. Not that interested as well. It's just something I'm not that interested in. I think we just have better stuff for the Green Lantern right now. In Flash, I don't know. I'm not really reading the Flash right now. I read a lot of Flash when I was younger. I don't know if I need to read the Flash right now, but if we get to 100 likes by Saturday, I will read and review all of Batman, Absolute Batman, and Absolute Flash, my 2 favorite heroes, but in a new context. Yeah, so if you get to 100 likes, I will do both of those. I don't really want to, but if you guys want that from me, I could do it. But I'm not that interested. One of the comics I really want to read soon. I'm like stumbling over my words, but like this is all off the top, so like I hope it like the energy's kind of working for you guys. But I don't know. Hope it's not like, you know. If I can improve on something, please let me know in the comments. Like I will be reading all the comments, even if you're like this guy sucks, you know, these whatever, blah blah blah. I don't care. I'll read them all. Doesn't matter to me. I just want to get better as a YouTuber. If you guys like comics, you know, I want to be able to be a place to talk about comics and, you know, different things that I think are cool and fiction and things of that nature, but mainly comics. So I want to be able to kind of tell you what to read, what not to read. Because I have read comics that I'm like, I'm going to put this down. It's not very enjoyable. But at the same time, you know, I think comics are actually in a pretty good spot, surprisingly, to you know, where they were a couple years ago. I think comics are in a good spot, and I think it's a really good time to start reading because there's a lot of good stuff out there right now. And if you are on the verge and you're like, well, let me see what's going on, I'd recommend picking up something like Wolverine. I'd recommend picking up something like Psylocke. If you've been loving Marvel Rivals, there's the Marvel Rival comic. Check out some of the X-Men. Some of those are really good. Check out Magic if you've been liking Magic. I wouldn't really, I haven't been reading Spider-Man, but I have not heard good things about Spider-Man. So I would say stay away from that. All of the Ultimates are usually always amazing. So if you want to read something that's not 616, so you're not really that confused, all the Ultimates are usually amazing. I mean, I'm reading, well, it's the Ultimatum, but it's the Ultimate Universe, and it's the comic where Magneto flips the poles. It's one of the ones I'm reading, and really good. I think it's a good way to get into Marvel if you don't want to, you know, pick up on 616 or you don't know where to start. Just pick up something like Ultimatum, pick up something like Ultimates. If you don't know where to start in DC, pick up some Absolute. I mean, it's not going to tell you much about the character because they're like completely reimagined. Go to your half price books. Go to a comic shop. Be like, hey, what's new out? What came out this week? Or you can go online, look up, hey, what came out this week, and then type in the date for DC, for Marvel, for Batman, for Spider-Man. You know, issue 1, so you can always start at. But yeah, that if you want to get into comics, I feel like that's the easiest way to do it. You can get full sets too. There's nothing wrong with that. I know a lot of people, myself included, I don't really buy them anymore. I used to when I was younger because I thought like, oh, I don't want to spend all this money on trade paperbacks. But personally now, all I buy is trade paperbacks. I think it's the superior method. However, if you just want to read it, there's that option. There's always like Marvel Unlimited and Justice League, or is it Justice League? It's DC Infinite. That's what it's called. It's DC Infinite. Both are actually crazy good price values. I think the Marvel one's a little bit better because you could buy the whole year for like $60, whereas like the DC one, if you want everything, it's like 115, which is a little worse. But it's not the end of the world. I mean, some of these places, like the old DC app was horrible. The old one, oh my gosh, just to watch those shows and read some comics, it was god awful. Try to use that one. You would have hated it. Trust me. If you've never used that app, you would have hated it. It was miserable. And then they kept putting out shows that were absolute trash. I mean, Titans was terrible. And I got the subscription. I'm gonna get away from comics real quick. I got the subscription because I wanted to watch season 3 of Young Justice. And man, let me tell you, season 3 was straight doo-doo cheeks. That was horrible. That was some of the worst television I've watched in a long time. That shit made... Okay, maybe I shouldn't say it. I swear. I'll bleep that out. But... Well, no, I already said I don't care about the swearing. Whatever. That made the stuff on Disney Plus, the Marvel shows on Disney Plus, look like 10 out of 10s. And I'm not a big fan of the Marvel Disney Plus shows. Those are bad. Those are big thumbs down. I mean, if you want me to review them, give me 2,000 subscribers and I will... Man, is that peaking? Hopefully it's not peaking. If you give me to 2,000 subscribers, I will review all of She-Hulk and all of Echo. I'm gonna put a stipulation on that because we may hit 2,000 at some point, and I don't, I'll have to boost it up again. This is time sensitive. 2,000 by... Let me give you a good time. Let me give you a good one. I'm gonna give you till August 5th. August 5th. If we get this channel to 2,000 subscribers, I will review all of Echo and all of She-Hulk. 2,000 subscribers. Now, mind you, I do not want anything. I would rather do anything else in my entire life than review those two shows. But yeah, back to it. You don't want those apps. Those apps are bad. But if you want to, the new apps, the DC Unlimited, the Justice League Limited, Infinite. Why did I say that'd be funny if Marvel Rival. They got so many things out that I'm stumbling over it. We got Marvel Snap, Marvel Rivals, Marvel Unlimited. If Marvel's was Marvel Unlimited and the Justice League was Justice League Limited, it is pretty limited. I'll say that. But just like most things Warner Brother does. Sorry, I love you. I love the comics that you guys put out, but man, it is pretty limited. I'm off on a tangent. We need to get back onto the comics. I mean, this is about the current climate of the comic, industry. And that is something that, if you're interested in comics, that's a great way. I got my friends that have been wanting to get into comics. We got the Marvel Unlimited app. We pitched in, and we all got one profile, and we've been reading. I mean, they read some cringe stuff to me, but I don't care. That's their choice. They can read whatever they want. But me, I'm going to read good stuff. I'm going to read Daredevil. I'm going to read Man Without Fear. I'm going to read X-Men, the Claremont run. Oh my god, it's the Claremont run. I read that one. I read Ultimate Spider-Man. I've been reading Psylocke too and stuff, Wolverine, Exceptional X-Men, things of that nature. Good stuff, good stuff. Not Gwenpool. Gwenpool, come on. Gwenpool? I'm not wasting my time reading Gwenpool. I probably won't, to be honest. I don't really like Deadpool that much. Hot take, don't really like Deadpool that much. Maybe we'll make a video about the comic characters I do not like very much. Deadpool will be on there. Even though I did watch his movie about 100 times. I think comics are in a good spot right now. I'm going to keep updating. Every Tuesday, we're going to come out with a what's new in comics. And go over what happened last week. Luckily, the next week I have is going to be very easy. I think a lot of this week, tomorrow, May 21st, it's going to have a lot of stuff that I've already read and caught up to. So, should be easy. I should be able to get a lot of them talked about. It's not going to be as long as this one. I'm just going to strictly be talking about the comics I read. And it should be nice. But yeah, maybe like Sunday, maybe. Unless, we get to 50 likes and then I have to review Absolute Batman. If you guys have any suggestions for me to read, if you want me to read something, go ahead. I don't know if like how I'd get you guys to be like, hey, read this, like, and also throw it on your favorite comic book character in the comments if you have nothing else to say. Engagement's great. It helps the algorithm push me forward. I'd like to be able to talk about comic books like this with you guys once to 3 times a week, twice to 3 times a week, maybe, hopefully. But I work a full job. I gotta read the comics as it is, so, and I still gotta have a life outside of this. I got a girlfriend. I got other things like that. But if you stick with me, maybe we can make this a thing that happens 2 to 3 times a week, depending on the video. But I'm really happy if you guys did stick around till the end. If you did watch the video, if you clicked on it. If you didn't like it, let me know. Let me know what I can improve on, I'm not against criticism. It's not going to hurt me that bad. I'm going to read every comment. Hopefully I can respond to all of you. But yeah, if you can drop down below your favorite comic book character, maybe something you like about them. And yeah, thanks for watching. If you want to like and subscribe, go for it. I'm not going to pressure anyone. I'm not one of those YouTubers that go, 98% of my viewers are not subscribed. And if you don't subscribe, Juggernaut's going to run through your house and step all over your dog. I'm not going to do that. I don't really care about that. It's your choice. I know sometimes you click a video and you're like, man, that's good. And then you lose the YouTuber and you're like, man, that sucks. And then, you forget about it. So it's not the end of the world. I know most of my videos probably will end up being just listen to videos, even though I'm going to try to make them fun to watch because it's YouTube after all. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you got to this point, you are watching, so I appreciate it. Thanks for everything. I hope to see you again at the end of this week. Peace, guys.